Hello and welcome. My name is TyrionLanstr. Now I'm going to be doing my final tier list for the SS troop appearances today. And I want to start by explaining there are 6 different SS tier troop appearances at this time that I'm making this. I actually think that as I'm making this, I think in Pioneer they just recently released that there might be a new SS tier troop released. Hopefully when they do that, I will add that into my list. But for now, I'm going to start with the 6 that we have. And I'm going to begin with our D tier. That is going to be the Unsullied Spearman. Let's take a look at the Unsullied Spearman. Now, Unsullied is going to be in last for a couple of reasons. Now, I'll start by saying this. With the SS troops, a lot of them are very similar. And the Unsullied troop is kind of the only one that's a little bit more different. It's giving fervor, defense, health, and attack. It also gives training speed and Royal Spearman reduction. It's the only one of the SS troops that gives those things. I just think that those things are worth a lot less than what all the other SS troops are giving. So for that reason, I'm going to put Unsullied last. The 10% training speed, really not worth a whole lot in terms of how difficult it is to get these SS troop medals. Royal Spearman cost reduction, that's fine. I think that's worth very, very little, though, in the grand scheme of things. I think that the fervor attack increase, the fervor health increase for defense is definitely the best thing it gives, but those are coming really late down the line, and there's a drawback to it always needing you to be in fervor. Fervor is a very risky thing to take on, so I don't know that I think the Unsullied troop is that good. Obviously, it's better than most of the other S tiers, but definitely the lowest of our SS tier troops. That being said, important to note, it is the only one that you can get through other means than just SS medals. You can actually get these Unsullied troops from the KVK rewards. So that is a perk for it for sure, but I don't think it outweighs the lesser rewards. Okay. So for the rest of these, I actually want to be very clear about something. All of them are very, very similar in terms of what you're getting, but I am going to assume that if you are looking at this, you are going to be getting them practically maxed. And I'm going to be talking about this tier list being if you are maxing them. The remaining 5, I would recommend going up in increments. Getting basically all of them to blue together is going to be really much more cost effective based on how easy it is to get them up to that level. And I would recommend incrementing them kind of slowly. I'm not saying that the S tier versus the C tier, I would ignore the C tier. No, I think that it's good to get them all up, and I'll explain why in a second. My C tier troop is going to be the Dothraki Rider. Now, to the point that I was just making, if we look at the Dothraki Rider, you get total attack first. So I actually think that of all of these, if you just got 30 S medals and you're like, who should I spend them on? And you have nothing else unlocked, do the Dothraki Rider. Get that 5% total attack. Now, the reason why I have it in the C category is that I think after that total attack of 5%, the rest of it is kind of less exciting. Definitely enemy health reversal and enemy defense reversal is good. That is basically the equivalent of if you're getting 15% for yourself because you're taking 7.5 away from them and giving it to yourself. So that's good. That's a nice bonus. But defense and health are just both not as good stats as total attack. So that's why I'm going to leave this in the C category. But moving on, next we have you got a little bit of a preview there. I'm going to go to the Kingsguard. Kingsguard, just the plain Kingsguard troop, and to take a look at this one here. So the Kingsguard is the only one that gives the total attack in the blue category, which definitely makes it good because, again, I am basically assuming you're going to get these all the way to that gold legendary status, and if you're getting the Kingsguard all the way to that point, the 9% total attack is more than the Dothraki Rider was giving it the 5% for the total attack when it was only gray. So assuming you get it all the way maxed, that total attack will be good. That being said, you're getting a little less from the purple and from the purple and gold categories because that enemy health reduction or enemy defense reduction is a little less than the reversal would be with the Dothraki. But I thought that I would weigh the 4% extra total attack a little bit more than the 3% defense and health reduction that you're losing. Really, I guess that just the total, the difference that's being made. But I do think Kingsguard's pretty good. I'd like that 9% total attack there. So I'm going to leave them in the B category. All right, next up we have our A category, and we're going to have two in the A. We're going to have our Kingsguard Bowmen and our Kingsguard Infantry. Why, you might ask? Well, that's easy. Because the Kingsguard Infantry and the Kingsguard Bowmen have the exact same stats. Take a look at this. Total health 5%, total attack 7%, total defense 9%, enemy army health reduction 12%, enemy army attack reduction also 12%. All right, so we've seen that. Now let's look at the Kingsguard Bowmen. Total health 5%, total attack 7%, total defense 9%, enemy army health reduction 12, enemy army attack 12. As you can see, Kingsguard Bowmen and Infantry are identical. They are the exact same. Now, the reason why I'm giving them the A category and above both the Kingsguard and the Dothraki Rider is right here, because they are giving enemy attack reduction at that gold category. The other two were giving both health and defense, and while we like a little bit of army health and defense, army attack is always better. And whether you're reducing your opponent or gaining for yourself, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. In many ways, reduction actually tends to be better, particularly if you're facing a weaker opponent. Reducing their attack more is going to be more beneficial than boosting your own attack. So for that reason, that 12% is going to be better than that health or defense that you were getting from the other categories. All right. So last but not least, we have our S category. And in the S category, I'm going to put the Water Dancer. The reason why I'm going to put Water Dancer is this. Water Dancer, just like the Kingsguard Bowmen and Kingsguard Infantry, does the health, then attack, then defense. But when you get to the purple and gold, instead of just being enemy attack reduction, you're getting enemy army defense reversal, and then enemy army attack reversal. Now, the reversal, again, means you're taking away 7.5% from your opponent and giving it to yourself. So that's essentially a 15% swing. Because this is a little bit more of a swing than the Kingsguard Infantry and Bowmen, I'm giving Water Dancer my S tier. But again, I want to be very clear. All of these five, the Water Dancer through the Dothraki Rider, are all very similar. Their first three are all just flipping around which order you're getting which. So I think that they are very similar. I would recommend do the Dothraki Riders attack first, then do these three, getting their health done. Once you've gotten them all to green, then I would maybe take a look at the Kingsguard and get them up to blue, where they're getting that total attack. But essentially, you should really basically max them until they get to attack, and then once all of that basic gray, green, and blue attack you've gotten done, then start to progress them further. And at that point, I would say that the Water Dancer is probably the most important to get to Legendary first, but these are SS troops. They're really good. You want to really max them all. But I hope this helped. Hope this made some sense as to why these were my different categories and my different tiers. As you can see, I haven't unlocked all of them. I have a pretty weak account, so don't have them leveled up quite as much as I wish. But I hope this was helpful for you in building your own account. So until next time, this is TyrionLanstr. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.